I wanted to do a quick review of my favorite NATO strap. The one on the top is the actual NATO. It's a Cincy Strap Works seatbelt NATO strap. So that's Cincy Strap Works, and I'll provide a link to their website in the description below. The main difference here is what they call their seatbelt quality material, and I'll show close-ups for both of these. The top here, of course, being the Cincy Strap seatbelt NATO, and this just being a generic Amazon NATO. I've had both of these straps for approximately 3 or 4 months. This one here I've worn a lot, probably 3 to 4 times a week, and this one here maybe call it 10 times a month, maybe something like that. So this one I've seen a lot more wear time on my wrist, but it's really held up nicely. So what I want to show the most is just the difference in the weave, and hopefully my camera will focus enough so you can see the quality difference. And let me get it focus there. There we go. So the one on the left is the regular traditional NATO strap, and then the one on the right is the seat belt. Just look at the thread count there, the difference. It's incredibly higher thread count compared to that NATO on the left. What that translates to is just a more comfortable NATO strap. I mean, it's just silky smooth on the wrist. On traditional NATOs, I mean, they break in after a while. Like I said, this one on the left here I've had for 3 or 4 months, and it's broke in some, but it's stiff on the wrist. I mean, it just, you do forget about it occasionally, but you can definitely feel it rubbing on your wrist, particularly if you're moving your arms around a lot. Whereas the seatbelt type, I mean, it just is so comfortable. You can look here. Let me see if I can get a close-up of the actual thread. And the watch here, this is a Phoibus quartz watch. I really love it. I got a review on my channel too if you want to check out that. Great watch for the money. You can look at the hardware here. Mine is a brushed hardware. They offer this in brushed or polished, so you can get either one. They do stitch your seams here, and it's well done. I mean, everything is really high quality. The main thing is just how comfortable these things are. And then the other thing that's great about these is the price. I mean, you see a lot of seatbelt, what they claim is seatbelt quality NATOs, but you're going to spend at least $35. Some of them as high as 60, or if you get like an Omega, which is what I compare this to in quality, the Omega is going to run you over $100 for their NATO. This one here, $24. I mean, that's a great deal. I mean, you can see I've worn this thing a heck of a lot, and it just holds up. I mean, look at the holes here. Nothing is fraying. There's a little bit of fraying on the edge here, but I mean, this is 4 months of wear, guys. So really held up nice. I really love the color here. This is the black and gray bond, and a lot of the other NATOs, you see the black that they claim they're black and gray bonds. The gray is just too bright. I don't like that. I like that this one's more subdued. It just looks really good. Love that about it. This one is a 22 millimeter. You can get them in 20 and 22 right now. They have a few other color options, but there's not a whole lot at this point. I think they're expanding their line. You may just have to check the website and see. I know they for sure have black and gray, and a few others. But that is the only negative with this brand at this time, with this strap. This is like their first release of the seatbelt material. So they just don't have the color choices at this time. Maybe they will in the future. You just have to check the website. Another good thing is the thickness. I consider it to be fairly thin. They claim it's 1.2 millimeters, I believe, thick, and that's considerably thinner than this one here, which I believe is a 1.4. It doesn't seem like much, but it is. It's just, it makes it just more pliable, having that thickness. Plus, it will fit more of your spring bars. Like, for instance, the Seiko divers, they have the really thick spring bars. This one will still get in there without having to, crank it through. The overall length, they claim, is 290 millimeters on this, so that's a great length. I have 7-inch wrist size, and I got plenty of length on this strap to do whatever I need. I would think it would be able to handle up to an 8-inch wrist, maybe more. But again, I can't really confirm that. I'm just going off just my wrist size and how much excess is left. There's plenty of holes to adjust, so you could go down quite a bit smaller wrist or larger and have plenty of adjustment. These things are just really great value. Like I said, I hadn't really seen anything on YouTube on them, so I wanted to kind of put a video out so y'all can see the quality. Love the sheen in that thing too. It just looks good. I mean, it's a great NATO strap. Makes whatever watch you put it on just look that much better. Let me see if I can get to focus a little better here. There you go. Look at that weave. I mean, that is really high thread count. And, you know, they claim seatbelt, material, and it really is so comfortable. Anyways, if you haven't checked them out, I really suggest you check them out. Great product for a great price. Have a good one.